Let's get cracking. As we all know from last week, we have a title match on the cards. Tange will get his shot. The number one contender at last will get his opportunity to try and claim the title. But we start now with the BFG against the holder of the Money in the Bank case, the Ploughman. He will hold on to that until he sees fit to dob that one in. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here he comes. The men in the crowd are up, they're booing him.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way
perhaps Britain's sexiest man.
Weighing in at 600 pounds.
600 pounds of nothing but love muscle. The men boo him. They just don't want him to sleep with their wives. But oh, here comes the Ploughman. He's having none of this from the big fella. Oh, clotheslines him to the back of the head. The BFG hasn't even got his checkered over vest off yet. And the Ploughman already has kicked him in the face with those nice, shiny black loafing shoes. The BFG, though, using his strength now. And throws the Ploughman to the floor. Now picks him up. No, and suplexes him square onto the side of the ramp there and throws the Ploughman down. The Ploughman has to be careful. The BFG is not a man to be messed with. Not when he weighs that much. And the Ploughman now, they're getting a few good kicks in here. And a nice shot to the back there, and again. Oh, and an elbow to the face. And the BFG already looks like he might be in some trouble. Oh, the Ploughman stomps him square in the intestines. There's a lot of intestines to be stomping. Elbows him in the face as well. On the outside here. We still haven't got the bell rung yet. But the BFG might have had his bell rung. Oh, he's whipped the Ploughman down to the edge of the ring now, though. I think he's going to throw him into the ring and try and get the match started. He climbs in himself. The referee dings the bell. Oh, and a hip toss there from the Ploughman. It's a big man to be tossing around the ring. He doesn't care if the crowd are booing him. Nice shot there of one man standing up as the BFG took his top off momentarily. Oh, perhaps the Ploughman undressed him whilst we weren't looking. The Ploughman now, though, back in control, working the knees, those large knees. Oh, but the BFG pushes off the Ploughman. I think it's a nice stomp there. Goes for the pin. Oh, a rope break. Perhaps the only way you can get the kick out against the BFG, as he's such a large man. As the Ploughman finds out there as he bounces off of him. He's now got him up. Oh, and drives his face square into the mat. Ploughman rolls outside for what might be a breather. Oh, gives him a nice kick to the face there. Knee in the guts. And they're working the knee and the ankle. Trying to get him to maybe tap on the outside, which isn't going to work, or just wrenching the legs. He knows if he can take away the support base for such a large unit, he'll have no trouble finishing him off as he whips him into the steel stairs. The Ploughman, a real deadly customer. Oh, introduces him to his loafers and cuts his face open in the process. The Ploughman seems absolutely unfazed by the count here from the referee. He seems determined to just beat the life out of the BFG. He has no regard for the referee's counting. He's up to a 7 count and back in the ring, up to an 8, and now he's resting in the corner, taunting the BFG. He's up to a 9. The big he's been counted out. Easy job for the Ploughman. Perhaps not what the fans wanted to see straight out the blocks. But the Ploughman did all the work on the ramp, really. As he stumbles round the ring, perhaps looking for his next victim. You can see the large teeth bulging there. We'll move into our next match as we have Mark taking on the Firefighter. Mark again perhaps looking to move up the rankings. The firefighter, a tricky customer who we've not seen a lot of so far and has had some rough matches. He's a fan favourite and a crowd favourite though, so we'd hope that potentially he can get something going here. Although against Mark the Magnificent it will not be easy. Here he comes through the smoke. All business, no nonsense. The firefighter on his way to the ring. The crowd G'd up and ready for him. Such a polite man, wipes his feet on the side of the ring as he stomps around it, looking like he means absolute business here. He of course had his troubles with Dude Jeans early on in the KEW in the battle versus Jeans versus Jorts, and Jorts sadly lost. The power of Jeans undeniable. Still, we won't have that trouble here. Perhaps this will be the battle of Jorts versus Hot Pants. And here he comes, the man with perhaps the longest entrance in the KEW. His Majesty. The fireworks go off as he waves to the crowd, making his way to the ring with his orange scepter. We get a nice look at the tassels on his boots. He of course won the tassel derby against Atomic Andy last week. Some would say a surprising turn of events given the disparity in size between the two wrestlers, but His Majesty somehow pulled it off, perhaps with a bit of regal charm. The crowd standing to attention. Anyone sitting will of course be taken to the Tower of London later and severely dealt with. That's it. The crowd stand to attention as he approaches that man in the front row. He'll be taken to the Tower of London. He looks like he doesn't care. Perhaps he forgot to stand up. There goes the royal pinky, pointing to the crowd, as he knows the adoring fans worship him as he puts his scepter down in the corner. Shows off to the crowd and allows them to enjoy His Majesty. Here we go then, the firefighter, the Adonis that is, and Mark the Magnificent. His regal self. Oh, Mark out to an early start. Oh, as he drop kicks the firefighter in the back of the head. It's not the start the firefighter wanted. He is one for making terrifically slow starts to matches, and a drop kick to the back of the head is not what he wants, but there's a DDT to get him back on course. He tosses Mark the Magnificent to one side, goes for an early pin. Not even a 1 count as Mark kicks out of that. He'll have to do more to pin His Majesty, I feel. Oh, picks him up by the shin and then drops his shin down. With the explosiveness that His Majesty has, it might not be the worst idea in the world to try and weaken those legs. See if you can stop some of that aerial ability that he has. A stomp to the arm there and a stomp to the other arm. Now he's got the camel clutch locked in. Mark manages to get out of it pretty swiftly though, and shifts momentum as he whips him over the top rope. He's pointing here as if he might be going for something. Oh, slides out from under the bottom rope like a penguin on his belly. Very inventive. Oh, now gets a kick in his face from those big boots from the firefighter. And a kick to the chops. And the firefighter spins him round onto his head. That's got a hurt on the hard mats outside the ring. The firefighter tossing him back in. rolls him in and climbs back in to get back after His Majesty. Oh, then delivers his face to the mat. Gets him up, gives him a little chop. Oh, and another shot to the back. Maybe he's working the spine here of Mark the Magnificent. Oh, he picks him up. Oh, I thought he was going for a bear hug there. Try and crush that spine. But Mark's now got momentum and gets a face buster in. Oh, and here he goes, straight up to the top turnbuckle already. Oh, diving crossbody drop. Goes for a pin. 1. Just a 1 count. And the Firefighter tosses him off and across the ring there. Mark's back on the ropes. Oh, the moonsault off the ropes. Nobody home though. The Firefighter now has him up. Tucks him up. Picks him up. Powerbombs him almost through the ring. He has him up again. He could be going up for another powerbomb here. Powerbombs him down again. My goodness me, there can be only so much punishment Mark the Magnificent's back must be able to take. The Firefighter though up again. Whips him into the ropes. Oh, and out of the ring he goes. His Majesty clutching his back. And I don't blame him. He's had an absolute pummeling so far from the Firefighter. Oh, and a nice little leg drag there to try and get back into things. Oh, now he's got the Firefighter in position. Oh, and drags him around. The flipping powerbomb. Oh, and gives him a kick to the spine. Says, how do you like it? How do you like your back being damaged, some? Nice few shots there to the face. And then whips him almost into that steel railing. And the Firefighter rolling around, holding his head. And now a Hurricanrana on the outside. We're up to a 6 count as already as well. Could this be the second count out in as many matches? Mark the Magnificent back into the ring, resting in the corner. The Firefighter doesn't look like he knows what day of the week it is. He's down on the floor. We're on an 8 count already, ladies and gentlemen. Mark here, he's back to his opponent. The Firefighter is up and just in before the 10. Mark taunting in the corner. That wasn't a wise move. The Firefighter will have none of that. He rams Mark's face into the turnbuckle in the opposite corner. Gives him a swift punch to the chops. Now he's up round behind him and gives him a massive driving powerbomb. But Mark jumps straight back up. I don't quite know how he managed to. Oh, and he bounces off the ref, the Firefighter. Perhaps lucky there he wasn't in the corner. Oh, but now he gets a drop kick to the back of the head. He's back up now though, and a jumping crossbody off the middle rope from Mark. And now he's looking to take it to the Firefighter, showing that brief period of momentum was nothing, wasn't a fluke, and was Mark showing his class. And he's up here again and flips the Firefighter over, driving that head into the back of the mat. The Firefighter here could be in some serious trouble. He's crawling up into the corner, and here comes Mark. Oh, across the ring, but misses his diving crossbody. Oh, he manages to get back control of a kick to the guts, and now he's got him in the handlock, up onto the top rope, flies across, dragged arm breaker there. And the Firefighter might be in trouble if he gets him on the floor in that kind of position again. When he saw the frog splash in the last match out. Oh, Hurricanrana there, and now he might be in position for it. Mark's going up to the top rope. Is he about to get froggy? He is! Frog splash! 1, 2. Oh, and he's kicked out somehow, the Firefighter. Oh my goodness, I'm not sure how. Oh, Mark there misses that big stomp, but bounces straight back up for another DDT out of nowhere. And he's back off the ropes for a jumping moonsault. Oh goodness me, goes for the pin, pushes the face down. 1, 2, 3, there he has it. He's wrapped it up. That's 2 wins back to back. And you've got to say the Firefighter really struggled for momentum from the get-go in this match. But my goodness me, this could be one to watch, ladies and gentlemen. His Magnificence is very slowly creeping his way up those rankings, and in no time at all could find himself the #1 contender. Something that don't think anyone would have predicted when we first started out our second chapter shortly after our first pay-per-view. A good win for His Magnificence there. As we move into our next match, and a real thriller we have for you here. We have a one-on-one at Atomic Andy versus the Assassin, with managers of the Firefighter, who we just saw get his stuff handed to him, and the CEO interestingly backing the Assassin. Clearly there's some favoritism going here in the KEW. I'm not so sure that the CEO should be out showing it off like that, but here we go. Here come the tag team that is known as the Safety Men. They'll install fire alarms in your house. They'll keep you safe. These two gentlemen, I'll tell you this, when Atomic Andy is around, the Firefighter doesn't need a ladder. He says to him, "Big lad, hold me up." He grabs him by the waist and up he goes. That fire alarm is up in your home, and your home is safe, ladies and gentlemen. Very interesting here. Show of unity from the Safety Men. I'm not so sure where Atomic Andy was when his magnificence was handing it to him, but then I can also say the same for the Firefighter when he too was getting beaten by Mark the Magnificent, and Atomic Andy there patrolling around the ring waiting for the Assassin, and there's Big Bird behind him.
191 pounds.
Interesting, very interesting indeed, as previously commentated, that the CEO would choose to put his backings behind the Assassin. Big Giles Bird, part of the Teachers Union. You'd have thought there were many of others that he could have put his weight and his money behind, but he fancies the Assassin here. Clearly he's not been on a good run of form, the Assassin, so perhaps this will give him an opportunity to change his luck. He did, however, in the Fatal 4-Way impress, despite the fact he didn't win. But then you can't really blame him when he was up against the Monster and the Demon, the Shinigami. And there goes the bell. The manager's on the outside. You can see the Firefighter look like he was holding his shoulder there, perhaps feeling the effects of dealing with Mark's match just a minute ago. As the Assassin gets some early shots in, and a nice Hurricanrana there to bring the big man down. He's up off the ropes. Oh, and he's got him here. He's spinning around. Whee! Throws him down to the mat with his legs, stomping on the guts. Whips out the arm, stomps on the shoulder. Oh, and the double leg drop straight into the crotch of Atomic Andy. Boots him in the face again too. Up over the rope. Oh, and he's taking out Big Bird. He's taking his own manager out. Well, that won't do him any favours. He's not meant to be taking his own manager out by diving out the ropes. Oh, but throws him into the barricades, and Atomic Andy pushes the Assassin off. Needs to get some sort of momentum here. The big man, oh, drives his face into that gigantic thigh. Steps across him as if he's just a tiny person. And gets hold of him, and now introduces him to the ring post. Says, have a bit of that, have some of your own medicine, as he climbs back into the ring. The Assassin swiftly back up to his feet though, jumps over the top rope and is ready to get going again with a swift shot to the guts for Atomic Andy. Gets him locked up in the hand, and he's up to the top ropes and now gives him the arm drag from the top. Impressive moves here from the Assassin. Goes for the pin. One. Oh, just a one count. He'll have to do more than that to get the big fella down. Off the ropes again. Back in that headlock as he spins around. That's giving him some sort of Assassin's technique. Oh, wait for the flip there. But Atomic Andy managed to get his knees up and counter, and then introduces him to his knees again. Oh, and then throws the Assassin across the ring. The pure brute strength of Atomic Andy coming to show there. He has him by the back of the head and then lifts him up and slams his face into the mat. He slides out of the ring, and I don't blame him. The referee, like he had to stop the Big Bird there from breaking something up with a kendo stick. It looked like he pulled out. The Big Bird watching on intently as he sees his man putting some serious damage to Atomic Andy, who misses the boot there. And oh, the Assassin misses his drop kick, and Andy's now up. And you see the Firefighter there pounding the side of the ring, trying to get some momentum back in Andy's game. He gives him a few swift knees to the guts, and this could be the momentum shift that Atomic Andy wanted. Oh, the match is continuing. Oh, double clothesline there. Both men down in the middle of the ring. Big Bird now. Oh, he's in. He's after some of the Firefighter. The pair of them are kicking off. And oh, I don't know what. What's happened there? He looked like his eye's been sent out. The referee's kicking them both out of the ring. Both the managers are out of the ring. Well, that seemed entirely unnecessary, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure why the two of them got in the ring. They didn't even come to blows. But the Assassin now getting the clotheslines in. No help on the outside anymore. Oh, a little drag there from the Assassin. Showing he doesn't need the support of the CEO. He's going to do it without him watching. 1, 2. Just a 2 count there. Atomic Andy gets the shoulder up. With the rankings the way they are, it would be somewhat of an upset if the Assassin manages to beat Atomic Andy here. What power from the Assassin. Picks him up and drives him off the shoulder. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, just a 2 count again as Atomic Andy somehow kicks out of that. Not sure how. Oh, rolls him off in a small package though. 1, 2. Oh, and the Assassin kicks out as Atomic Andy, I thought for a minute it might have had him there. Oh, the Assassin straight back up with a big boot to the face though. And then off the top ropes, but misses entirely as Atomic Andy stepped out of the way. Oh, now on the outside, the Assassin with a swift boot to the face. Atomic Andy has him and now gets him on the advertising board, on the announcer's table there. Oh, slams his head into the table. Then whips him back into the ring. The Assassin now might not know what day of the week it is. Atomic Andy is up. Oh, too long getting back in the ring though as the Assassin straight back up and kicks him in the face. And another shot there to Atomic Andy's head. He might not know what day of the week it is. He's climbing back into the corner to try and get himself back to his feet, the Atomic Andy. And the Assassin's going back up to the top rope here. Dives off him. Oh, it's that dragon arm breaker again. And he's down now, Andy. The Assassin giving him a good stomping. A few more kicks to the face there. Oh, and a big shot to the chops. He picks him up. Springboards off. He's got him in the Assassin's twirl again. And there he goes. Spins him round and down. He's really working the midriff and the head. He's on the second rope. Up to the top rope. Oh, giant moonsault. Almost out of nowhere. And he's going back up to the top rope, it looks like. On the second rope again. And here comes the moonsault again. Oh, my goodness me. Nothing but non-stop moonsaults here. And here comes a third moonsault. Oh, too greedy. Too greedy with the moonsaults. And Atomic Andy now has hold of his man. Lifts him up and slams his face into the mat. When you've got that type of momentum and time to be moonsaulting around, you should have been going for the pin, especially against someone as large as Atomic Andy. You do not let him back into the match. Mark the Magnificent learnt that lesson, and he took him out swiftly. The Assassin, however, doesn't look like he's learnt the lesson. Has, however, managed to get back to his feet here and gets in a Russian leg sweep. Climbs back up now, back into the ring. We can only question though whether the Assassin will stay there or whether he'll be able to resist the urge to send himself flying off the top rope. Again, here he goes. Oh, he's just getting up and showing off to the crowd. As Atomic Andy climbs back in the ring. And he's back up to the rope again. Oh, the tornado DDT. Back off the rope again. Another moonsault there. Now surely he should go for the pin. No more moonsaults. No, rolls him over. Kick to the back. And I don't know why the Assassin hasn't tried to wrap this match up. Atomic Andy looks dazed, confused. Oh, maybe that'll do it. Giant spinning neck breaker. 1, 2, 3. Gives him the Assassin's edge. And that was enough to finish off the big fella. A real turnout for the books here. It just goes to show you anyone can beat anyone in the KEW. The Assassin pulling off a very, very unlikely victory. A much needed one for his career though, with the backing of the CEO especially. Wow, this could be a huge turning point for the Assassin, and Atomic Andy really is going to find himself in the mire if he gets stuck in the muck with the Assassin for weeks on end. We'll move on now to our championship matchup. It was promised, the Tanj versus Benji. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The number one contender will finally get his shot at Benji. Should he fail, though, then it may take him a while again before the commissioner trusts him to get back up those rankings.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Classic Championship.
Here we go, coming out first, Tangiers the Great. He's waited a long time for this. He did nothing but destroy Miss Tash for weeks on end to start his career in the KEW. Faltered a little bit when it came to the pay-per-view without being able to gain the Money in the Bank or win any of the other matches he was involved in. And then wins last week in a 2-on-1 and finds himself now sitting at the top of the contenders tree, given the opportunity here after Benji successfully defended his title against James the Cat last week. This is a real battle against two Goliaths here though. Tangiers has yet to lose a match where he's been faced either in singles or even in a 2-on-1. The only matches he has lost have been multiple opponent matches, which those are a bit chaotic and there's no guarantee anyone will win any of them. Benji, on the other hand, does not have a 100% record in singles matches. You'll remember in his rivalry of James the Cat was defeated very early on before finally managed to wrestle control of the rivalry and really took James the Cat to the woodshed, especially as we saw last week where he absolutely demolished him to successfully defend his title, and that pretty much ended James the Cat's top 10 ambitions for at least a while. He's going to have to do a lot to work his way back up those power rankings and to try and get back into contenders form for the KW title. Benji there showing off the title right in front of Tangiers. That's only going to motivate the big man, you'd feel. Not really a sensible move. You wouldn't want to be showing it off right in front of his face to him. Here we are then. Another week of KW Live. Another title match. It's non-stop excitement, ladies and gentlemen.
Introducing the challenger from London, England, weighing in at 255 pounds.
255 pounds of pure tangerine muscle.
And his opponent from London, England, weighing in at 203 pounds.
203 pounds of the pure British prime beef Benji, the Pokemaniac. There he is, hands over his belt. The ref shows it off to Tangiers. He looks around, he knows he wants that belt. You can see it in his eyes. He looks hungry, and not just for the meal he's going for after the main event here. He looks hungry for titles. How will Benji deal with such a large customer in a one-on-one match? Here we go. Oh, straight away comes out and punches him in the face, and then already gets him in the leg lock. Tangiers gets the rope break immediately, but that's got to be some early damage to the knee there. And Benji, misses the drop kick there. Benji looking like he was trying to come out fast and furious. And Tangiers now slowing it down with some gut shots of his own and a big clothesline there to Benji. Picks him up, now wrenches the neck. Really working it. Got to be careful he doesn't snap his head off though with the pure muscle that he has, and stomp to the guts there. Oh, and an axe handle smashed to the back for Benji. He's up quickly and whips Tangiers. No, Tangiers reverses and whips him. Oh, squishes him in the corner, and Benji holding his wrist. Tangiers though not done yet, pulls him out and drops him on his back straight in the middle of the ring. Goes for the pin early. 1, 2. Oh, we got a 2 count very early on there, ladies and gentlemen. Could this be a sign of things to come? Tangiers the Great on top, literally and figuratively here, as he pummels Benji's face in, and a kick to the guts for good measure. Goes for it again. Benji unable to resist the power of the Tangerine Machine. He's got him up here. Oh, big suplex there. Big, powerful suplex as Benji rolls to the ropes to pick himself up. Tangiers more than happy to let him to for the moment. Gets him on the ropes. And now, choking him on that rope. The referee should have broken that up, I would have thought, but didn't want to get involved, and I don't blame him. Tangiers now picks him up and tosses him out of the ring like it's a wee tiny doll, and up onto the top turnbuckle. Massive elbow that he's missed. Massive miss off the top rope from Tange. A huge mistake. Benji's so excited he doesn't know what to do. Spins him around, drives his face into the outside of the ring. Tange's back up again though, whips him into the ring. And Benji's got to climb back in. Oh, Tange's though caught him there. It looked like Benji was trying to take the turnbuckle off. And Tange's now sitting on the top turnbuckle, waiting for his opponent, goading him. Not sensible when it's the champion. The champion here, what's he doing? He's taking the turnbuckle off, the padding off. I'm not so sure that's got to play to his advantage, but he climbs back in and now a few swift shots to Tanges and whips him over there. And he's got him in the arm lock here, another rope break. Benji's ring awareness really hasn't been great so far today, but he's now got a few good kicks in there. Oh, and another big chopping kick to Tange's face. And now he knows where he is in the ring, drags him away from the ropes, goes for the pin, no rope break here, 1, 2, oh, Tanges gets an arm up. Two men really going at it here, Tanges on top now, pummeling Benji's face in again. Those furious fist shots. Now Tanges whipping Benji onto the apron, and a nice shot there, drags him back in. Oh dear, Benji's face introduced to the mat with that mid-rope DDT, goes for the pin. Where's the referee? The referee can only but be putting the padding back on the turnbuckle. A good distraction from Benji we can feel. Goodness me, the referee nowhere to be seen. Tanger's stomping the mat in that orangutan-like fashion, and here he comes, RKO out of nowhere, rolls and crawls over the top of him. 1, 2, oh, Benji kicks out somehow. Benji refusing to give up his championship as Tanger shows off his magnificence to the audience. Benji down, doesn't look like he knows what day of the week it is, but it's a grave error potentially to give Benji time to get himself back up. A few more stomps to the hands here for Benji, and he's in serious trouble, the champion. Tanger's the Great, showing why he deserved the shot in the first place, and he's really, really working it. But Benji here, fighting back to his feet. Oh, and a shot to the guts. A nice net breaker there. Oh, and he might have kicked Tanger's face off with that one. Good shot to the chops, goes for the pin. 1, just a 1 count. He needs to do a bit more work there. Benji now has Tanger's back up, forearm shot to the face. Tanger's rolls out of the ring for a breather, and Benji again is undoing that top turnbuckle. He really doesn't like the padding being on there. If the referee notices, you can only but help think he's going to go and fix it again, and Tanger has a big back body drop. But last time it worked to Benji's advantage as Tange went for the pin, and the referee was not paying attention, did not get the count in, and Benji managed to recover enough to get a shoulder up, and what we only could have assumed would have been the title deciding RKO from Tange. Hand stomps there from Tange again, working the wrists of Benji, and a shot to the back again. Pummeling him on the outside. We're up to a 5 count already here. He gets Benji back up and whips him, well, kind of back in the ring. Enough so that Benji has to stop and get back in under that bottom turn rope. Oh, Benji locks him in. He's got him in the submission hold. Tanger's now has nothing he can do but tap. All he can do is tap unless he can find a way to power his way out of this. Oh, and he does just that. Goodness me, he was nowhere near the ropes there, and he got very lucky, Tanger's. And that is the power that Benji has. He can come out of nowhere, and Tange now telling him, go on and give me your best shot right here, right on me mug. Benji gives him a swift hit. And now Tanger's, gives him a massive uppercut. He might have almost written Benji off there. Oh no, Benji's not realised what turnbuckle he's in. He's in that unprotected one in the corner. Tanger's up now, showing him his fist. 2, 3, 4. Oh, but Benji powers off. Oh, a few swift kicks here from Benji. Oh, he's kicked Tanger's square in the face. Tanger's now pushes Benji back away. Oh, and a huge clothesline from Tanger's, and again. And Benji straight back up. Oh, a body slam. He goes for the pin, but again the referee is dealing with the turnbuckle. He saw it in the corner of the camera. Benji's gone down for the count. Tanjas can't get the pin. This is twice now, ladies and gentlemen, that Benji taking the top turnbuckle off has saved himself by Tanjas not being able to get the pin. Tanjas, you can see, furiously stomping his way around Benji. He will not be happy that Benji somehow has got away with that twice in a row. He's in the corner. Oh, and a big kick to Benji's face now. Oh, goes for the pin, but he's too close to the ropes. And Tanjas now has his man up. Oh, drops his head onto the ropes. Tanja's really working him here. Oh, Benji with a kick to the guts there though, and runs away. Gets on the turnbuckle. Oh, and a drop kick there from Benji, who's bloodied from his excursions with Tanjas. Tanj whips him into the ropes, dives under him, jumps over him. Oh, misses his cross chop there, and Benji gets a nice drop kick in. Both men down. Both men needing some time to recover here. Tanja's up. Oh, he's up first, and now he's pummeling Benji in the face. What a title match we're getting here, ladies and gentlemen. These two giving it their all. You can't help but feel that Tanjas should have had it wrapped up at least twice already, but for the referee not paying attention. And Tanjas now has Benji in the corner. Oh, drops him out of the corner. Benji, though, straight back up. Tanjas straight back on the power offensive, lifts him up. And now what's he going to do? Oh, massive neck breaker. Now goes for the pin. The referee. 1, 2, 3. We have a new KEW champion, ladies and gentlemen. Tanjas the Great takes it. You can't say it wasn't deserved. He was absolutely dominant from start to finish there. He takes the title, parades it around. You can tell he's happy with that. Showing off in the corner. Flexing on the crowd. A new KEW champion here, ladies and gentlemen. Goodness me, what a match. He really took Ben to the woodshed. Perhaps somewhat deserved from the 2 pins he had where the referee wasn't paying attention. But goodness me, what will next week have in store? By getting word down from the commissioner that perhaps next week we will see the crowning of our tag team champions in a tag team tornado tag. Goodness me, ladies and gentlemen. Tune back in next week for next week's events.